वेलकम डियर स्टूडेंट्स। इन क्वेश्चंस के अलावा जो कि मैं वीडियोस बना के लगा रहा हूँ, अगर आपको कोई और भी किसी और एक्सरसाइज से कोई और चैप्टर से कोई क्वेश्चन आपने समझना है, पूछना है, तो आप मुझसे रब्ता कर सकते हैं और मैं कोशिश करूँगा कि प्रायोरिटी पे आपके जो बताए हुए क्वेश्चंस हैं वो उसकी वीडियो बना के मैं अपलोड कर दूँ। थैंक यू वेरी मच। टुडे वी डिस्कस क्लास 10th चैप्टर 2 exercise 2.3, in which the one in which we solve without solving find the sum and product of the roots, which is the part 1 is quadratic equation is x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. It is a quadratic equation, and when we compare this quadratic equation with the standard quadratic equation, we find that a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 5, and c is equal to 3. And we consider let the roots of the equation, let alpha beta be the roots of equation. Here we find the sum and product, which is alpha plus beta. It is sum, and alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a. So we put the value of b and a in this equation. We get minus 5 over 1, which is equal to minus multiplied by minus, we get plus 5 over 1, which is equal to 5. It is the sum of the roots, and the other is product alpha beta, and its equation is c over a. Here c is 3, a is 1, and the product is 3, and this is the sum and product of the roots of this equation. Now we start part 2, which equation is 3x square plus 7x minus 11 is equal to 0. In this question, we again consider let alpha beta be the roots of equation, and the sum are alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus b over a. And in this question, coefficient of a square is equal to a, coefficient of x is equal to 7, and constant is minus 11. So the coefficient of x square is equal to a. We write the value of b and a. We have minus 7 over 3. Minus 7 over 3. It is the sum of the roots. And the other is product of the roots, alpha beta, which is equation is c over a. And the c is constant, which is minus 11 over a is 3. And the product is 11 over 3. And it is the sum and product of the roots. And the part third is, question is px square minus qx plus r is equal to 0. Here a is equal to b, b is equal to minus q, and c is equal to r. And we know that the product, the roots of the question are alpha beta. Let alpha beta be the roots of equation, and first we find the sum. which is alpha plus beta, and the question is minus b over a, and we put the values of a and b in the question, we get minus q over p, and when simplify, minus multiply by minus, we get plus q over p. It is the sum of the roots. And the other is alpha beta, which is product, and whose formula is c over a. We put the value of c and a in the question, we get r over p, and the product is r over p of the roots. And next, the fourth part, which is a plus b x square minus ax plus b is equal to 0. In this question, a is equal to a plus b, and b is equal to minus a, and c is equal to b. So we find the roots of sum of roots and product of roots, and the roots are, let alpha beta be the roots of question, and alpha plus beta, which is sum of the roots, is equal to minus b over a. B is equal to minus a, so we put the value of b minus a over a is equal to a plus b. By simplifying, minus multiply by minus, we get plus a over a plus b is the sum of the roots, and product of roots is c over a. So we put the value of c and a, we get b over a plus b, which is equal to b over a plus b is the product of the roots. And the next is question 5, part 5, which is L plus M x square plus M plus N x plus M minus L, plus N minus L is equal to 0. In this question, a is equal to L plus M, b is equal to M plus N, and c is equal to N minus L. So we first find the roots of the question. Let alpha beta be the roots of equation, which is alpha plus beta, and his question is minus b over a. Now we put the value of a and b in the question, we get minus b is equal to M plus N over a is equal to L plus N, and it is the sum of the roots, and other product alpha beta, which is equal to c over a, and we put the value of c and a in the question, we get c is equal to N minus L over a is equal to L plus N, and it is the product of the roots. And the next question, which is sixth part of question 1, the quadratic question is 7x square minus 5 mx plus 9n is equal to 0. And we know that alpha beta be the roots of the question, and in this quadratic question, a is equal to 7, b is equal to minus 5n, and c is equal to 9n. So the roots of question is, let alpha beta be the roots of question, and sum of roots is equal to alpha plus beta, which is minus b over a. And now we put the values of a and b in the question. We get minus 5m over 7, and simplify. Minus multiplied by minus, we get plus 5m over 7 is sum of the roots, and other is product, which is alpha beta, and whose question is c over a is equal to, we put the value of c and a in this question, get 9n over 7, and 9n over 7 is the product of question 2. Find the value of k if sum of roots of the question is twice the product of the roots. The same. First we take the question, which is 2k x square minus 3x plus 4k is equal to 0, in which a is equal to 2k, b is equal to minus 3, and c is equal to 4k. And we find the roots. Let alpha beta be the roots of question, and we find first the sum of root, which is alpha plus beta, and whose formula is minus b over a. Now we put the values of a and b in the question. We get minus 3 over 2k, which is equal to minus multiplied by minus, we get plus 3 over 2k, and product is, which is alpha beta, and his question is c over a, and we put the value of c and a in the question. We get 4k over 2k, and when simplify we get 2. K cancel with k, 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. And according to the condition, the sum of the roots of question is twice the product of the roots. It means this sum is twice than the product. So when we balance these two values, we multiply product of the roots, mean sum is equal to 2p. So it is sum of roots and p is product of roots. So we put the values, we get 3 over 2k is equal to 2 multiplied by 2. Now simplify these values, we get 3 over 2k is equal to 4, and now we cross multiply these values, we get 8k is equal to 3, and k is equal to 3 over 8, and it is the value of k in part 1, and it is part 1 of question 2. The second part of question 2 is the sum of roots of question VA is 3 over 2 times the product of the root. And in the second part, the question is x square plus 3k minus 7x plus 5k is equal to 0. In this question, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3k minus 7, and c is equal to 5k. And then the roots of question, let alpha beta be the roots of question. First we find the sum and product. So alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a, and we put the value of a and b in the equation. We get minus 3k minus 7 over 1, and when we simplify it we get minus 3k plus 7 alpha beta, and formula is c over a, in which c is equal to 5k and a is equal to 1, and the product is 5k. In part 2, the condition is sum of roots is 2 over 3 times the product, mean sum is equal to 3 over 2 product. Sum of root is equal to 3 over 2 of the product of the roots. So we put the values in the equation. We get minus 3k plus 7 is equal to 3 over 2 5k. Now we cross multiply the values. We get 2 multiplied with this left side equation. We get 2 minus 3k plus 7 is equal to 3 into 5k. Now we simplify these values. We get minus 6k plus 14 is equal to 15k, and then we shift minus 6k on the right side. We get 14 is equal to 15k plus 6k. 15k plus 6k is equal to 21k is equal to 14, and the k is equal to 14 over 21. And now we simplify the values. We get 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21. The k is 2 over 3. Question 3 have 2 parts. The first part is sum of square of roots of equation 4kx square plus 3kx minus 8 is equal to 0. This is the equation, quadratic equation. So we take first the roots, and before taking root we take a is equal to 4k, b is equal to 3k, and c is equal to minus 8, and then let the roots of the equation, let the roots of equation are alpha beta. First we find sum, which is alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a. Put the value of a and b in the equation. We get minus 3k over 4k, and we get minus 3k over 4k, and alpha beta is here, k cancel with k, and we get minus 3 over 4, and product is, we know, c over a, which is c is minus 8 over 4k, and when we simplify these values we get minus 2 over k. These are the sum and product of the roots, and the condition is sum of square of roots of equation 4kx square plus 3kx minus 8 is 2. So we take the sum of square. Squares का sum mean alpha square plus beta square is equal to 2. In this question we have no values of alpha square plus beta square, so we prepare a equation to solve these values, and which is alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta is equal to 2. this question is equal to these values. So we put the values of alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta, and we get alpha plus beta whole square is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3 over 4, and we get whole square minus 2, and alpha beta is equal to minus 2 over 4 is equal to 2. Now we simplify these values. We get 3 square is minus 3 square is equal to 9, 4 square is equal to 16, minus this minus multiply with this get plus 2 2s are 4 over 4, sorry, here is not minus 2 over k, 4 over k is equal to 2. Now we take LCM, 16 and k, we get 16k, and we get 9k plus 64 is equal to 2. Now we cross multiply these two values. We get 16k multiplied by 2, we get 32k is equal to 9k plus 64, and 9k shift on the other side, we get 32k minus 9k is equal to 64, and when we simplify these values, we get 23k is equal to 64, and k is equal to 64 over 23. In part of question 3, in which the question is x square minus 2 kx plus 2k plus 1 is equal to 0, and we first take roots and sum of roots and product of roots. And in this question, a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 2k, and c is equal to 2k plus 1. And we first find the roots of question. Let alpha beta be the roots of question, and the sum is alpha plus beta, and we know that the formula of sum is minus b over a. So we put the value of a and b in the question. We get minus 2k over 1, and which is minus multiplied by minus, we get plus, and it is 2k, and alpha beta, which is the product, and its question is c over a, and we put the value of c and a in this question. We get 2k plus 1 over 1, which is equal to 2k plus 1, and it is sum, and it is the product of the roots of the question. And the statement is sum of square of the roots of question x square minus 2kx plus 2k plus 1 is equal to 0 is 6. So alpha square plus beta square is equal to 6. And first we convert this question in those values we have, which is alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta is equal to 6. So we put the value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta, mean sum and product of the roots of this question. We put these values here. Alpha plus beta is equal to 2k, so 2k whole square minus 2 into alpha plus beta is equal to 2k plus 1 is equal to 6. Now simplify these values. We get 4k square minus 4k minus 2 is equal to 6. And further solve these questions. 4k square minus 4k minus 2 minus 6 is equal to 0. And now we simplify. 4k square minus 4k minus 8 is equal to 0. In this question we take 4 common, and in the bracket k square minus k minus 2 is equal to 0. Divided by 4 both sides, we get k square minus k minus 2 is equal to 0. Now we simplify these values. We get k square minus 2k plus k minus 2 is equal to 0. Take common k minus 2 plus 1, k minus 2 is equal to 0. K minus 2 into k plus 1 is equal to 0. And in this way we get the values of k minus 2 is equal to 0 or k plus 1 is equal to 0. So here k is equal to 2 and k is equal to minus 1. We find sum of root, product of root, and then according to condition we solve the values. And so we first take the question, which is x square minus x plus p square is equal to 0. Here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1, and c is equal to p square. So let take the roots. Let alpha beta be the roots of question. And first we take sum. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a. So we put the values of a and b in the question. We get minus 1 over 1, which is equal to 1 over 1 equal to 1. Sum of roots is equal to 1, and product is alpha beta c over a, which is equal to, put the value of c and a, we get c is equal to p square and a is equal to 1, and it is p square. Here we get the sum of the roots, which is alpha plus beta, which is equal to 1, and product alpha beta is equal to p square. And according to question, the roots of the question mean alpha and beta differ by unity. So differ by unity means, according to question, alpha minus beta is equal to 1. So we take square both sides, alpha minus beta whole square is equal to 1 square. Now solve it. Alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta is equal to 1. And alpha square plus beta square, we mold it. Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta minus 2 alpha beta is equal to 1. Now simplify these values. We get alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta is equal to 1. Now we put the values of alpha plus beta and alpha beta in this question. We get alpha plus beta is equal to 1 square minus 4. Alpha beta is equal to p square is equal to 1. Now simplify these values. We get 1 minus 4 p square is equal to 1, And now we simplify these values. Minus 4p square, shift on the right side, we get 4p square, and 1 is on the left side, we get 1 minus 1. 4p square is equal to 0, p square is equal to 0, and take square root both sides, we get p is equal to 0, and hence the answer of p is equal to 0. And the part 2 is in which the sum of square of the roots of question, and in the second part the roots of the question x square plus 3x plus p minus 2 is equal to 0 differ by 2. And we take first the equation, which is x square plus 3x plus p minus 2 is equal to 0. And here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3, and c is equal to p minus 2. And now we take the roots of the question. Let roots of question are alpha beta, and so we take sum and product of the roots, which is alpha plus beta, we get minus b over a. Now put the values of b and a in the question, we get minus 3 over 1, which is equal to minus 3, and the product is alpha beta, which is c over a, and we put the values of c and a in the question, we get c is equal to p minus 2 and a is equal to 1. So the product is p minus 2. Sum of roots is minus 3 and product is p minus 2. And according to the question, the roots of question differ by 2. So according to the condition, alpha minus beta is equal to 2. So take square both sides, we get alpha minus beta whole square is equal to 2 square. Simplify these values, we get alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta is equal to 4, and convert this alpha square plus beta square into alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta minus this is 2 alpha beta equal to 4. Now simplify alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta is equal to 4. And now we put the values of sum of roots and the product. Alpha plus beta whole square, but alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3. Minus 3 whole square minus 4, and product alpha beta is equal to p minus 2 is equal to 4. Now we simplify these values, we get 9 minus 4p plus 8 is equal to 4, and further simplify 9 plus 8 is equal to 17 minus 4p, and this 4 is shifted on the left side, minus 4 is equal to 0, and we get 17 minus 4 is equal to 13 minus 4p is equal to 0, and the answer is 4p is equal to 13 and p is equal to 13 over